Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Cindy and I make all kinds of beauty content. So if that's what you like, please subscribe and hit the notification bell button so you get all the videos for Vlogmas. Today we're going to use the Twilight palette from ColourPop. I've had this for a while, but this is be the first time that I'm using it. I did kind of do an eyeball look at it, and I like the greens and the blues and everything, but so I decided, well, we was going to wear blue today because I haven't done blue in a while. If you saw my video yesterday, you know that I had my eyes touched up, and this is what they look like. I know I showed you back in the car, but that was not a good picture. Anyway, so let's get going. Let's start off with, looks like we got several shades of blue. This is sort of a gray color, bluish color. We've got a blue matte here. We've got, this is a pretty shimmer blue, and this is a pretty blue here. I have got moisturizer on, and I put a little bit of primer, ColourPop primer over my eyes and around that area. And we have to stay away from the brows because last time I kind of lost these strokes. I don't want to lose them this time, but she did say we could have a third visit if we want, for pay, of course. Nothing's cheap, nothing's free. Okay, so we're just going to start off in the crease with this lighter shade of blue, or it's more of a gray color. It would probably go with blue or green. We could mix blue and green, but we'll do green tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. Tomorrow for me, it'll be the same video for you. Now let's go ahead and add in this blue. We could do a halo, but I think we're just going to stick with the cat eye look. I was not excited at all about my looks yesterday. We will have to try the dark neutral look again, not in the car, when I have all my stuff and light and tools that I need. We're going to stick a little bit of that blue to go underneath the gray also. And then let's get a stiffer brush, which these are not the best brushes. I've got my other brushes washing and they're still drying. So I just grabbed some. Some of them was kind of stiff and kind of hurt a little bit. Okay, so we're going to use this pretty shimmer blue here on the lid. This is a pretty color. I think it matches my shirt. I'm excited about the green too. I would like to try like a blue and green look. We could do that tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Or we could just do plain green. Looks like we got grays and silvers and whites and all kinds of. I'm just sort of playing it by ear. I've not even swatched this. I did do a few swatches on my hand. Let's see what for inner corner. Is that going to show up? Let's see. I'm looking for what we'll do for the inner corner. And there's kind of a, I don't know what this color is. Let's see what this color is here. It's kind of a steel blue too. Let's add a little bit of that in. If I can find that brush I was using. And for no more brushes than I have out, I should be able to find it easy. Anyway, we're just going to grab, here it is. Let's see about using a little bit of this in the crease also. Yeah, that's pretty. That's sort of a gray color, a steel color. Silver color. I'm going to go ahead and add it all the way into the corner area. Sort of a silver. Now then, we're going to take that brush, some flat brush, and we're going to put some more of this blue shimmer on the lid. You know, we already used our hand. So, I did watch some videos on this. I didn't really pay much attention to them because a lot of the people that did them were, I don't know, it was a long time ago, and I thought, well, I'm going to do my own thing anyway. And even if I do watch, I don't remember. It would have been a long time ago. It probably was, the reason I probably watched it was just to see if it's something I actually wanted to do, purchase. But I did. I just hadn't used it yet. So, do we have a black? We got green. We don't have a black. Let's take an eyeliner pencil. This is a blue. Retractable. It's kind of like. We're going to clean this up. Go underneath the eye. Actually, this shade of blue is a good match for these colors. It just happens that these are my liners that I picked up from Amazon in that box of gel liners. Now then, I hope we're not going to regret this. Here's some Wet n Wild blue liner. I'm going to put it at the top of my eyes and we'll see how that looks. But the band of the lash is probably going to cover it, so it's okay. This is kind of a bright blue. Black might look better. I don't know. We'll go ahead and do the other eye. Okay, so I don't think this is going to show up anyway, and I didn't think that was a good shade for, I mean, it's a pretty shade, I just don't think it matches this. So let's dry this for a second. Let's go ahead and put some black on top of it. So I saw a little short today about a lady that she was a victim of DV and lost one eye. It's just completely covered with skin from an acid attack. And she draws her eyes on. I think she did a real good job. You know, sometimes she got a new, I don't know if it's a husband, it said partner, so I don't know if they're married or not. And then he got cancer. And then she got on TikTok and kind of learned there was a filter that had an eye on it, and she got the inspiration to draw on her eyes. And at first she wasn't very good, but then she got better. I think it's terrible what people do to each other. Okay, so I'm going to clean this up, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. This is the finished look. I did a tad more blending, not very much. This dark shade here, after my lashes was on, I kind of darkened up the outer corners just a tad. I think I stamped a little bit of this on top of the blue gel liner, although this shade of blue went well with this shade of blue here. For the lips, I decided on this lip balm. It's kind of a cool tone. It's not really pink, not really red, kind of in between. And this ColourPop liner, I think that's a ColourPop. I use the regular tinted sunscreen, Ulta MD, and pressed powder. And what else? For inner corner, I started off with this shade and it looked a little yellow to me. So I moved on to this shade, and then I threw a little bit of this on too. And that's what I kind of put over my eyes a little, just a little bit, and my cheeks. But these chunks were kind of bigger, and I tried to tone some of it out. I kept everything like from here below. I didn't want to go above because I don't want to be scrubbing and actually lose my tails or my anything on there. But the only thing I did in the inner corner right here, I put a little powder. Right now my eye feels a little bit like something's poking it. I think it's that lash, the edge of it. I'll be okay though. Now anyway, for the second look. Hopefully I can do a little bit better job today than I did yesterday. I did not particularly care for that look. It just seemed like all blue. Even though we tried to use dark blues and light blues and everything else, it just seemed all blue. So today we're going to use green, but we're not going to do all green, although it would be pretty, we think. We're going to do some greens with some blue and try to see if we can kind of, you know, I don't see a whole lot of green here, but there is some green. We're going to start off with green in the outer corner, or let's start off with this lighter shade of green in the crease area. Well, we're going to have some blue with it today. And I do have on moisturizer. I forgot to put on primer, but that's okay. It doesn't really make... I don't think you really need primer. I do have some. I just forget to use it all the time. And yesterday's looks, you know, they're not quite as sparkly as I would like, but, you know, this is not the luxury brand. Now we're going to use this darker green here at the outer corner. We could do a halo eye, but I don't know that I want to do a halo eye with the blue and green. We'll just do the cat eye. We'll do a halo, some more halos with different colors. Now then, we're going to take this sparkly kind of blue and put it in on the lid. See how we can get that to look. The sparkly green's pretty too. We might could put it on the outer corner a little bit more. So these got a little bit of shimmer shine to them, but really not that much. This blue does. It looks like we're still going to have a lot of blue though. We're going to have to add some more green in here. Now, let's take the kind of sparkly green right here and put it the outer corner too, next to the blue. See if we can kind of squiggle those together. I got that squiggle, I think, from Ella. I think that's the word she uses. She does look, she does a real good job of the makeup videos. I don't particularly care for the look she does, but I kind of like hearing her talk and things like that. So for the inner corner, what are we going to use? That's sort of a silver color. What about one of these? These top row, they're kind of more of a bright silver. When I said silver, I guess silver is the wrong word. Maybe it's more of a gray. Put my hands up. I got a damp towel over here. And my house coat. Okay, for the inner corner, let's do some green too. Let's just pretend we're doing a halo. What brush did I use? I'm going to use the green sparkle on the inner corner too. We'll just switch it to a halo, see if that's better. And have less blue and more green. We just want something pretty. I heard a lot of people kind of, you know, I'm going to wipe this off and just try to do some blending here. They kind of complained about this. I mean, this has been out a while, and I do remember I saw the Twilight movies. It's been a while. I wasn't so much, you know, I mean, I didn't collect everything about them or anything like that. So I've got some cleaning up to do. Let's look in the big mirror. See if these are somewhat even. And I seemed like my eyes just was really dark. And it may just be these eyebrows because they're really dark right now. I'm going to touch up some more of this sparkly blue here in the center. So we went from a cat eye to a halo. And then we're going to put some sparkly on top of that. Okay, which sparkly do we want to use? We don't want to use that gray at the bottom. Oh, we've got some black here. We can darken up some edges if we need to, but I don't really know that we need to. I've got my hand. I'm going to swatch all these sparklies and decide which ones I want. Okay. For the center of the lid. I think this one here is going to show up the best. I want to put it on the center of the lid. I don't know. I don't know if we can really tell much difference. Let's help it out. Seems like those are kind of chunkier glitters. We're going to help it out with that center one too. This one right here. Now let's put this down. And let's look for our brush that we was using before. If we can't find it, that's okay. Here it is. Do some blending. Let's do some under eye. I do have some green here. That's what I want to put under the eye. It's a nice dark shade of green too. Subtle match. Okay, I'm back. This was the finished look. I didn't do anything extra to my eyes. I just did hardly any blending either. All I did was try to clean up the edges with the foundation to hopefully make them both sides equal. I used the green highlighter stick a little bit more in the bottom. I used some green liner, and you might be able to see it on the top, but the lash line probably covers it. For lipstick, I used this liner with the red Nomad Balm that I love. For lashes, I used this. Wasn't crazy about yesterday's lashes. In fact, this eye was kind of hurting yesterday, and I think I got the lash on crooked or something, and then I took it off and I put it back on. So twice in one day, my eyes kind of sore, or twice in just a few minutes. It didn't even have a chance to rest. It was kind of sore. But what else did we do? Highlighters and inner corner. I used inner corner. I mixed these two. Highlighter. I think I used this, but it doesn't really show up. I put highlighter on my cheek and over my eyes and my nose, and I couldn't really see that it made any difference, but I didn't really dig into anything else. I used just the same old Elastin tinted sunscreen as my foundation and the concealer stick. I may have already mentioned that. So this is it. For my hair, I used bigger rollers today, and I found in my stash some L'Oreal leave-in conditioner that's supposed to be a heat protectant, and I think that making my hair feel a lot better, not so brittle. So we'll continue that. I forgot I had it. And what else? I think that's about it. What are my thoughts on this palette? I got this. I think it's normally $25, and I believe I got it on some holiday sale like Labor Day or something. But this is the first time I've used it, these two looks. I was just saving it for something different. So Vlogmas was a good time. I did not like yesterday's look. It was just too blue. And we're definitely going to give blue another chance, but we're going to mix something with it. Maybe like do green or blue on the outside and green in the middle. And we didn't use any of these neutral colors. We've got a brown here and here. We definitely need to try that. So we're going to have, y'all leave in the comments, what are some good ideas for series we can do next year after Vlogmas is over. And that's about it. I hope you liked it. I like this way better than yesterday. I do feel like it's kind of dramatic, but I think a lot of that's just because my eyebrows are so dark right now, which I love these eyebrows. Can you see them? She did a good job, and I'm trying to be really careful not to lose these little strokes right here in the middle, but we can redo those if we have to. But anyway, so that's it. So stay tuned for tomorrow's Vlogmas. I haven't decided what we're going to do yet, but we'll come up with something. Bye-bye.